I'd been looking into a case I'd been given to solve. Let me introduce myself. The name is Detective Kane. Candy Kane. A mysterious client gave me a case to crack during this Christmas season. The first lead I had, to investigate reports of these creatures, called angels, that have appeared to several people over the course of this Christmas case. I decided to start with the first reported sighting, seen by a husband and wife, Zachariah and Elizabeth. They told me the angel told them, "Do not be afraid." Now that seemed odd, so I asked them if they found out why the angel came to visit. Their story goes like this. Zach and Liz were very old and always wanted to have a baby. This angel appeared to them to tell them some great news. They were going to have a baby. Supposedly, this baby was going to lead people to the Messiah, Jesus. My next witness was a young girl named Mary. She told me an angel appeared and said, "Do not be afraid." Sounds familiar. The angel told Mary that she was going to give birth to a son and name him Jesus. Next, the angel appeared to a man named Joseph. Can you guess what the angel said to him? Yep, that's right. Do not be afraid. Obviously, there was a pattern here. As a detective, I am trained to notice patterns in my evidence. The angel said to Joseph, "Mary is pregnant with a son named Jesus." His story lined up with Mary's. Very interesting. Next, I had to track down this group of shepherds. You know, the guys with the tall candy cane looking sticks? Maybe I should get one of those. Anyways, the shepherds walk around in order to keep the sheep safe and in their herd, which is why they were tough to find. But they were witnesses to the case, so I found them. I heard from them that the angel appeared to them too, and just as I suspected, he said to them, "Do not be afraid." But this time, the angel tells the shepherds a different story. The Savior has been born in Bethlehem. Guess since they didn't know Mary, it wouldn't make much sense to tell them about her. Then suddenly there were a lot of angels, and they were singing. I wondered what that was all about. After all that investigation, I gathered that the main message is that a Savior had been born. But I still had questions. Number 1, why do we need a Savior? Number 2, why do we not need to be afraid? And number 3, what was the shepherd's singing angel encounter about? Well, I did some research and found out that the word angel means messenger. I also found out why angels would wind up singing. There's a big fancy word called exaltation. It means to have joy or be jubilant, which is why the angels might sing loud enough to startle some sheep. Psalm 100 tells us, "Make a joyful noise to the Lord. Serve the Lord with gladness and come into his presence with singing." Even if things are hard and we are afraid, even if things are troubling and we cannot understand why things are happening, or maybe we feel alone and like no one understands or cares, we need to sing with gladness and joy. We need to rejoice because Jesus was born to save us. Jesus came to be the Savior so that we could live with joy. This is something to sing about, even if it scares other people. We should be so filled with joy about Jesus that we might have to say, "Don't be afraid." I'm going to worship Jesus because he saves. I think I followed the case as far as I can. I'll be on the lookout for a new lead next week. Stay jolly.